Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 10. It is round 10, Tuesday, the 2nd of September, 2025. And we've got match of the round for round 10 is West Coast versus Melbourne at Optus Stadium. West Coast, they have got a winning streak of 3, so the most in the competition at the moment. So let's get stuck into it. The first game, Western Bulldogs versus Port Adelaide at Marvel Stadium. First quarter underway in this round. Round 10, game 1. And quarter time is completed. And we've got the Bulldogs kicking 5 goals, 5 to Port Adelaide, 5-3. So it's very close at this stage. We've got the Western Bulldogs sitting in 8th and Port Adelaide in 12th. Half time has come and Western Bulldogs have kicked 6 goals, 2 to Port Adelaide, 2-2. And at half time, they've got Western Bulldogs up by 26 points, 73 to 47. Three-quarter time has completed and they've kicked 1-3 apiece. And it is still 26 points the difference. Western Bulldogs 82 to 56. Last quarter underway and the siren has gone and the Bulldogs have won by 14 points. Port Adelaide kicked 5 goals, 2 to Western Bulldogs, 3-2 in that last quarter. So the Port Adelaide Power have won the quarter but didn't win the game. Western Bulldogs final score 15-12, 102 to Port Adelaide, 13-10, 88. So that puts Western Bulldogs in the top 4 at the moment. Next game, Essendon versus Giants at Marvel Stadium. Quarter 1 has completed. The Giants have kicked 4 goals, 4 to Essendon, 3-4. So the Giants are in front by 6 points. They are on the bottom of the ladder at the moment, the Giants. And the Bombers are in 5th. So the Giants really need a win. Second quarter has completed and the Giants have won by 1 point. They kicked 2 goals, 3 to Essendon, 2-2. And at half time, it is 7 points the difference. The Giants were 43 to 36. Third quarter has started. Siren has gone for completed third quarter, and the Bombers have kicked 5 goals, 5 to the Giants, 4-1. And the Bombers are 3 points up at three-quarter time, 71 to 68. Last quarter underway in this game. Can the Giants get up? No, they can't. Essendon have won by 12 points. They kicked 6 goals, 2 to 4-5 in that last quarter. So the Bombers do win the quarter and they do win the second half. So Essendon full-time score is 16-13, 109 to the Giants, 14-13, 97. So the Bombers are on top at the moment. Giants are still on the bottom. Third game, Richmond versus Hawthorn at the G. And we've got Hawthorn. They've kicked 6 goals, 2 in that first quarter to Richmond, 4-5. And it's 9 points of difference to Hawthorn. Second quarter underway. Siren has gone for half time and the Hawks have kicked 5 goals, 6 to Richmond, 3-1. And at half time, we've got Richmond down by 26 points, 48 to 74. Third quarter has completed, and the Hawks have kicked 6 goals, 1 to Richmond, 4-3. And the Hawks have run away with this. Last quarter has started. And the siren has gone for the last quarter. Richmond have won the last quarter, but Hawthorn have won the game by 27 points. Richmond kicked 3 goals, 1 to Hawks, 1-4 in that last quarter. Final scores: Richmond 14-10-94 to Hawthorn 18-13-121. All right. Fourth game of the round. West Coast versus Melbourne at Optus Stadium. It is match of the round. And Melbourne have kicked 2-6 to West Coast, 2-1 in that first quarter. So it's 5 points the difference to Melbourne. Second quarter is underway. So we've got Melbourne in second, West Coast in six. And West Coast have kicked 4-6 in the second quarter to Melbourne 1-6. And at halftime, West Coast are leading by 13 points. Third quarter, Siren has gone, and West Coast have kicked 4-3 to Melbourne 3-3. And West Coast are in front by 19 points, 70-51. Last quarter's underway in this game. Can the Eagles get on top? Final siren has gone, and the Eagles have won by 22 points. Final scores: West Coast 14-98 to Melbourne 10-16-76, and that puts West Coast with a winning streak of 4, and they are sitting in second spot on the ladder on 26 points, 6 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, just behind Essendon by half a game. All right. And we've got Melbourne. They are third on the ladder at the moment. So the next game, Carlton versus North Melbourne. We've got North Melbourne in 13th. Carlton are in 15th. First quarter has completed. Carlton have kicked 2-1 to North Melbourne 1-5, and it is Carlton by 2 points, 13-11. Second quarter underway. Siren has gone for half time, and Carlton have kicked 4-2 to North Melbourne 2-4. Half time, Carlton are leading by 12 points, 39-27. Second half underway. Third quarter has completed, and Carlton have kicked 6-1 to North Melbourne 5-1. And it is 18 points the difference to Carlton, 76-58. Last quarter has started in this game, and the final siren has gone, and Carlton have won by 24 points. Carlton, they kicked 6-2 to North Melbourne 5-2 in that last quarter. Carlton final score 18-6, 114 to North Melbourne 13-12, 90. So that puts Carlton in 12th, North Melbourne in 14th. Both teams are on 4 wins. Next game, St Kilda versus Collingwood at Marvel Stadium. We've got Collingwood, they've kicked 6-6 to St Kilda 5-2. So it's 10 points the difference. Collingwood's way. Second quarter underway. Siren has gone for half time. St Kilda have kicked 6-6 to Collingwood 5-5. And it is Collingwood at half time by 3 points. So that puts them in front. Through third quarter has completed, and Collingwood have kicked 6-1 to St Kilda 1-3 in that third quarter. So after half time, Collingwood have come out and they've put on 11 goals in 2 quarters. Last quarter underway. Final siren has gone. Collingwood have won by 48 points. Collingwood kicked 5-1 to St Kilda 2-2 in that last quarter. And the final scores are St Kilda 14-13, 97 to Collingwood 22-13, 145. So that puts Collingwood in 7th spot, and St Kilda have dropped out of the 8 and 11th. Next game, Fremantle versus Geelong at Optus Stadium. So we've got Fremantle third last, and Geelong are just scraping, hanging on to the 8. So the first quarter's completed and Fremantle have kicked 2 goals, 3 to Geelong, 2-1. So it's the Dockers by 2 points. Second quarter has started and the siren has gone for the completion of the second quarter. And we've got the Cats. They've kicked 4 goals, 6 to Fremantle, 2-4. And at half time, the Cats are up by 12 points, 43 to 31. Second half underway in this game. Siren's gone for the completion of third quarter. And we've got Fremantle kicked 5 goals, 3 to the Cats, 4 goals, 6. So it is 9 points of difference at three-quarter time. Fremantle are down 64 to 73. Last quarter underway in this game. Will the Dockers get up and win? Or the Cats get another win? And the siren has gone for the end of the game, and the Cats have kicked 6 goals, 6 to Fremantle, 1-5. So the final scores: Fremantle 10-15, 75 to Geelong 16-19, 115, and the Cats win by 40 points. So they jump into third on the ladder. Okay, so let's go to the second last game. Sydney versus Adelaide Crows at SCG. First quarter underway in this game. And the first quarter completed, and we've got Sydney. They've kicked 4 goals, 3 to Adelaide, 2-6. So Sydney are fourth last, Adelaide are fifth on the ladder. Second quarter underway. Siren's gone for half time, and Sydney have kicked 2 goals, 6 to Adelaide, 1-3. And Sydney are up by 18 points, 45 to 27. Third quarter is underway in this match. Second last match of the round, Sydney versus Adelaide at SCG. And we've got Sydney, they've kicked 4 goals, 3 to Adelaide, 1-3. And it is 36 points the difference to Sydney. Could this be a massive upset brewing? Last quarter underway, and the final siren's gone. Sydney have won by 48 points. They kicked 6 goals, 6 to Adelaide, 4-6 in that last quarter. So the final score: Sydney 16-18, 114 to Adelaide, 8-18, 66. So that puts Adelaide down to 8th and Sydney in 11th. All right, let's go to Q Clash, Brisbane versus Gold Coast at the Gabba. First quarter underway in this Q Clash. Brisbane, not so good at home, but very good away. So Gold Coast, they've kicked 5 goals, 5 to Brisbane, 2-1 in that first quarter. So it is 22 points, the difference Gold Coast way, 35 to 13. Second quarter has completed, and the Lions have kicked back, and they've kicked 5 goals, 1 to the Gold Coast, 2-4. And at halftime, it is 7 points the difference Gold Coast way, 51 to 44. Let's get stuck into the second half. It's the third quarter underway in this game. And it's very, very even in that third quarter. Brisbane, they kicked 1 goal, 6 to Gold Coast, 1-3. And at three-quarter time, it's Gold Coast by 4 points. Gold Coast 60, Brisbane 56. All right, let's get the last quarter started. Can the Gold Coast Suns win, or will it be Brisbane? And the final siren has gone, and the Gold Coast Suns win by 3 points. They kicked 3 goals, 5 to Gold Coast, to Brisbane, 2 goals, 2 in that last quarter. So Brisbane final score 10-10-70 to Gold Coast 11-17-83. Wow, what a round 10 it was. So we've got a new clubhouse leader. We've got Essendon on top with 28 points. West Coast, they're in second spot. They beat Melbourne, who are in fourth spot. Geelong are in third. And then the remaining four teams in the eight are Gold Coast Suns, Western Bulldogs, Brisbane, and Collingwood. And then down the bottom, we've got the GWS Giants on 8 points. So they're a game behind. So we've got the Cats, the number one offense team, and Melbourne are the number one defense team. We've got West Coast, the biggest winning streak of 4. So match of the round in round 11 is the Hawks versus the Bombers at Marvel Stadium. So that will be exciting because we've got Essendon. They've got Essendon and the Bulldogs are on 3 winning streak, and the West Coast are on 4. And then we've got 3 teams on 2 winning streaks. So Geelong, Gold Coast, and Sydney. So Sydney in the last couple of rounds have got up and won. All right, so that concludes round 10. We'll see you next time for round 11, Thursday, the 4th of September, 2025.